Okay, so we're going to get set up in InDesign for our book jacket cover. InDesign is a little bit different than Photoshop and Illustrator, so I'm just going to go over a few things for you to get started. I've opened up InDesign. If you need to search for it, go to the top right corner and go to the magnifying glass for the spotlight search. Type in InDesign. It should pop up. If you want to, you can click on this icon and drag it down to your bottom bar. Click Create New. This should look very similar to both Illustrator and Photoshop. Change your units to inches. Our width is 20 inches and our height 9. It's going to be a landscape orientation. We are going to have the book jacket as if it's off the book. So you're going to have the inside fold, the back cover, the spine, the front cover, and the inside front fold. We don't have to worry about facing pages. We're just going to have one page. We're starting with one. That's fine. We're going to change up the column number. We are going to do 2 columns, and we're going to do a gutter of 1.25. So you'll see what that means in a little bit. Margins, we're going to keep at 0.5, so none of the text goes outside of that area. And for your bleed, we're actually going to add 0.125, and I'll show you what that looks like. Click on Create. So we have a few things going on here. I'm going to X out of that. So if it's your first time, you can watch those tutorials if you want to. So we have a few things that are happening here. This red line, that is your bleed, okay? That is if your cover, let's just say, whether it's a solid or a pattern, you're going to bring all the way to those lines. This is going to ensure that when the printer creates this and prints it out, there's that extra insurance space. So really, we're going to cut down to this black line right there. But whenever you have something on there, you want to go to the bleed, just in case something happens in the printing process. It's a little, like I said, an insurance policy. We also created these margins. That's this pink and purple line. The pink are horizontal, the purple are vertical. This area, we're not going to put any text. Again, another insurance policy. We don't want anything outside of those lines. Right down the middle, since we have our columns over here, 1 and 2, this is our gutter that we've set up at 1.25 inches. That is the spine of your book. So you will have that set up for you. So again, you are going to go over this pink line, but it's there to make sure that there's no text going above that line because we don't want things cut off. Now, we do not have the setup for the book jacket fold on the inside. So what we need to do, and I already have mine here, Command R is going to bring out the rulers. Starting at the left-hand ruler, anywhere along here, I'm going to click and drag out a guide. I'm going to drag this out to 3.5 inches, like so. And I'm going to do the same thing for the other side, but of course it's the opposite. So it's 16.5. So I'm using the top ruler to figure that out. I'm also going to add my layers palette. And since my guides are on this layer, I'm going to actually lock it. So if I hide it, those guides will disappear. I don't really want to mess around too much with that, so I'm just going to put guides as well. So this is how you are going to get started with your setup. We have our inside back fold here, back cover, spine, front cover, and front inside fold.